let's talk about the Idaho 4 while I'm driving home from getting my coffee. And I know it's in the evening, and I wanted to make this video because I just wanted to address some things I've been seeing on TikTok and everything. And I don't really do a lot of videos, and I don't really like to talk to or go on TikTok and talk about this case too much, because I know people like to have negative comments. So if you have any negative comments, you can take your finger and just keep on scrolling. So I'm not going to put anything negative out there. So what I'm going to say, because I don't have a lot of time, I only have 10 minutes to make this video. So I've been following this case since I heard about it. I've been watching every single hearings. I've been reading all the documents from both sides. So I've been listening to the families. I've been listening to the news and everything. And, you know, I had always said innocent until proven guilty, because I do believe in the justice system. I've never said that he was guilty from day one when he did the first perp walk. And when things started coming out, I started looking at the case a little bit more and more and more. I'm like, well, wait a minute. If they didn't find anything, what is this trace DNA? And then I started seeing more and more and more and more. And that's all they had. I'm like, oh, wow. So anyway, you know, I just watch every single hearings. I go back and I watch hearings. I only watch certain content creators that are non-biased. I don't like to watch anybody that's biased, that's going to say, oh, he's guilty. Nor I don't really associate with a lot of people that say that he's guilty. And if they do, that's on them. You know, I can associate with them. That's on them. You know, but they got to really, they can't convince me that he's guilty. I got to see it for myself. So, that being said, I just wanted to say that everybody out there needs to start opening your eyes instead of just going off of what the media is saying. Instead of agreeing with everybody else, you should make your own decisions. You should go and read both sides. Read the state and read the defense. Now, not only that, I understand you guys, some of you people just want somebody to be guilty of this crime, which is understandable, because, you know, 4 innocent lives did lose their, 4 people lost their lives. I understand that. I truly understand that. And I truly have, you know, my sympathies do go out to the families. However, there is things that trouble me. A lot of things that trouble me. A lot of things that I see and I have to go over, and then I do watch certain people that go over their the documents, and, you know, read the documents, you know, over, and I read, and I, you know, watch them, and they read the documents over and over and over again. And, you know, and I do watch only a couple of attorneys. You know, custody queens are my favorite, besides the law office of Andrew Myers. Those 2 are my favorites. But anyway, before you guys, and I know before I even say that, I know he pled guilty. I understand he pled guilty. But what I have to say is, just because he pled guilty doesn't mean he's factually guilty. Because if you listen to what the prosecutor said, they can't place him in that house. They can't place him at the scene. They don't have the cell towers that they have aren't putting him at that house. So if you guys go back and listen to what the prosecutor says, listen closely to what the prosecutor says, and then go back into the documents. Go back and listen to some of the court hearings. And I know you guys despise Ann Taylor, and I know you guys despise the defense, and some of you despise Bryan Kohberger, and he's just such a guilty person, and he looks guilty, and he's so, weird looking and everything else. And I'm gonna tell you this: just because a person looks different than you doesn't mean he commit a murder. Okay? I'm just gonna say it like that. It doesn't matter if they just found out he's autistic last year. Doesn't matter. He could have shown signs of it when he was younger and they didn't know to test him for autism. Okay? You have to understand that. When you have a child that is special needs, you know these things. I know these things. And there's a lot of parents out there that know these things. And I'm going to let you guys know, if I ever hear anybody just start messing with him and make fun of him, like I see a lot of these people put up these photos of him all skinny and, all this, and just saying he has scratches on him with the thumbs up, and you don't see nothing on his knuckles. You guys need some help. You really do. And I understand that, one particular family is very upset. I understand that. I understand that, people from where he was an assistant at over at WSU saying that he was weird. He's a criminology student, and he knew exactly what to do and everything. But do you realize? But that's what he went to school for. But he didn't want to go to school to be a police officer because he wasn't sure yet. He was going to WSU. He was an teacher assistant, and he had to be strict. You understand? Being a teacher assistant, you're not buddy with the students. You can't be buddy with the students. You're not going to be best friends with the students. You got to do your job, right? You can't be best friends with the other teacher assistants. You're there to get an education. You're there to do your job. That's what you're there for. Just because another teacher assistant doesn't like you doesn't mean you got to be there to kiss their butt. Okay? You're not there for that. He's going there for his doctorate, just like everybody else is. All right? So when they make these complaints, and people are saying, oh, they make these complaints and all this other stuff, I'm just going to say, where's the complaints? Show me the complaints that you made to WSU. I'll be happy. But they don't have them, right? They're all in the police reports. And they were made after he was arrested, right? After Bryan Kohberger was arrested. Just like Pennsylvania, people saying, oh, he went to the restaurant and he was all looking weird and talking all weird. That was after he was arrested. Do you guys understand? Everything that these people are coming out and saying, it was after he was arrested. He was so weird and awkward, and oh, I knew he was going to be this kind of person and go murder people and all this other stuff. You guys are so delusional. You really, because these people just came out just to get that little bit of fame, to be on these little TV shows, the news and all this. And you can say that I'm lying or whatever, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Go back and watch what was put on the news. Go back and watch it. But anyway, I am home. So, I gotta go, and I will come back on here later, maybe tomorrow or something, and we can discuss a little bit more. Maybe when I'm not in my car. But I'm always in my car. So, have a good night. I'll talk to you later. Bye.